Hi, thank you for joining me here on The Way Shower. My message today is about the growing rate of suicide. So I was taking my shower this morning and I knew that there was a message for me to share, but I wasn't quite exactly sure what it was. So my prayer was, please, God, help me to figure out what it is that I need to tell the people. What is it that you want me to say? Because I couldn't put it all together. Pieces were missing. So I went and sat down outside and enjoyed the morning sun for a little bit. And I opened up my tablet and I immediately was drawn to, Kate Spade, who is a fashion designer, her recent suicide within the last couple of days. And so I knew, okay, so the message that I'm supposed to deliver today is on suicide. Okay, fine. So I started thinking about it. Well, the very next thing, as I was watching it, the very next thing that popped up was on Anthony Bourdain. And he just committed suicide within the last week or so. So I'm thinking, okay, so this is definitely a theme here. You definitely want me to talk about this. I hear you. I understand it. What is it that I'm going to say about it? So as I'm considering this, the very next video that pops up for me is one that was done by one of the news stations talking about the growing, how did they put it? The growing rate of high-profile suicides that are occurring amongst celebrities. And all of a sudden, it all started to make sense to me. It all started to fit in. And I saw where God was leading me, where the Creator was leading me towards what it wanted me to talk about. So the growing suicide rate, what happens, okay, so let me tell you everything that I discovered while watching these videos and listening to what the newscasters and the psychiatrists had to say. So one of the videos I watched was aired by CBS this morning, and you can find it on YouTube. And they were talking about Kate Spade's recent suicide, and she was a fashion designer. So the newscasters made the comment of the growing suicide rate, and they had Dr. Jeffrey Lieberman on there, that they were interviewing him, and he is the chairman of psychiatry at Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons. And he says that suicide is among the top 10 causes of death, and that they consider this a public health emergency. Suicides, they're considering a public health emergency. So suicides right now are outranking cancer and vehicular deaths, etc. So that's a pretty harrowing scenario. So then another video that I watched, the newscaster says that Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade's suicides come in the same week, the very same week that they completed and released a study on the jarring, quote-unquote, jarring study that was completed on rising suicide rates. And that a lot of attention is coming to the high rate of suicides because of all of the high-profile suicides, the suicides that celebrities are committing. So what does that tell me? They want more attention on it, on mental health issues, and they want us to be able to, they want the medical profession to be able to identify mental health issues far enough in advance that people can be helped with it, and psychological studies, psychiatry, etc., and given medication to help them deal with their issues so that they don't commit suicide, so that they don't go into depression, etc. Well, for me, medication in any form, including self-prescribed medication like alcohol and marijuana, those are all just band-aids. They suppress that desire, that inner desire that people are having to find something else, to discover something else. Is it all, can all of the attempts at suicide be satisfied by finding some spiritual connection to the Creator? Maybe not, but certainly a vast majority, I believe, can. And I think that one of the reasons why we are experiencing a rise in suicides is because people are spiritually starved. They are starving spiritually. And I don't mean religiously, I mean spiritually. And I think that a lot of people who have been religiously fed their spirituality throughout their lives are finding that there's not enough sustenance for them spiritually, internally, to be satisfied. They're still starving. There's still something missing for them in their religions. So, and that's because religions are not a bad thing. I don't care what religion it is. If it's a Christian religion or if it's a Buddhist religion, if it's Wiccanism, if it's earth-based, whatever, it doesn't matter. Religions say they have their preachers and their priests that decipher the word of God or the Creator and help regular common people understand what it is that God wants. Well, that's fine, that's good, because a lot of people need help understanding that. But that doesn't fulfill that growing desire that so many people are having right now about knowing the Creator personally on a very personal, intrinsic level. So for that, we need people who will help show us how to touch the Creator, how to get to know the Creator ourselves personally, so that we can feel fulfilled, so that we are no longer starving for that connection, so that the rise in suicide rates will begin to diminish, though lower, so that because people are becoming more satisfied, more fulfilled spiritually. So one of the ways that you do that, how do you become happier? How do you get out of that depressing mode of, I don't have enough, there's not enough for me, what else is there? I have a beautiful family, I have all kinds of money, and I have wealth galore. I can go anywhere. Anthony, okay, so there are people out there that have everything that they could desire materialistically, monetarily, and they're not happy. That's why there's an increase in suicide rates amongst celebrities. So what does that tell us? That tells us that gaining all of those materialistic attributes, all of having everything that money can buy, does not happiness make. It is not what will save you. It is not. Everybody today, almost everybody today, is striving to make more money. They want to know how to manifest wealth, because everybody thinks that if I have more money, I will be happier. If I have more money, I can buy a new car, I can go on vacation anywhere I want, I can buy my children nice clothes with designer labels written across it. People, this shirt that I'm wearing right now is a Walmart buy for under $5. Okay, this beautiful, nice looking house that I'm videoing from today is not my house. This is a house of a friend whom I am pet sitting and house sitting for in Sedona. So and I'm just saying that because wealth, I'm a happy person. I love my life. I love my 12 cats, my 9 dogs, my little parcel of land in Cornville, Arizona, that requires a lot of attention and a lot of maintenance. I enjoy all of that. I don't have a lot of extra money, and that's okay with me, because I know that that is not where happiness comes from. Happiness comes from our ability to be able to enjoy life right now in this moment with what we have and where we're at. And when you can do that, everything that comes afterwards, all of the money, all of the fame, all of the fortune, then you can enjoy that as well and share it with those who are less fortunate. But being driven to succeed financially and materialistically, that is not where happiness lies. And that is evident in the high suicide rates amongst the celebrities who have everything. So Anthony Bourdain recently, the chef, recently did a video on where he explained how like 10 years or so ago he had nothing, and he was very depressed because he couldn't pay his taxes, and he didn't know how he was going to pay his rent. So all of a sudden he rises to fame and fortune, and by his own words, he can now go anywhere and do anything he wants. And he lives comfortably and he's happy. He can buy everything. And yet he hung himself. He committed suicide because he still was not happy. He still hadn't found the answers. So I'm not saying we shouldn't strive to become more financially stable and to be able to buy things and do things when we want to. But what happens is while we are striving for that, we tend to lose sight of what it is that we have right here and right now. And that's what life is about. It's about learning to enjoy, truly enjoy what we have right here and right now while we are striving for more. Don't let the technology and the materialism that our world is filled to the brim and overflowing with, don't let that supersede your enjoyment of what you have right here and right now while you're striving to gain more. It's okay for that, but keep in mind that you cannot take those riches, those materialistic riches with you when you leave this earth, whether you leave it in your body during the rapture, or when the extraterrestrials come to take everybody off the earth, or if you die, your physical death and your spirit moves on. It does not matter how you leave this earth plane, this dimension, you are not taking any of this materialistic stuff with you. So learn to enjoy what you have in life right now. Enjoy your time with your children. Yes, work, make money, be able to buy them new clothes, etc. But don't lose sight of enjoying what you have right now. Your children right now, your backyard, your dogs, your cats, your horses, whatever. Learn to enjoy what you have right now, because that's what matters. What matters is what's right now, right here in this moment. And you don't need to have clothing with designer labels on it. And you don't need to drive a brand new Cadillac. And you don't need a huge house filled with ornate, materialistic objects. Those things are nice to have, yes, but they are not what brings happiness. It's our interaction with each other and our getting to know the Creator on a personal level inside of us, so that we don't need another human being telling us what the Creator wants or who the Creator is. Okay, so the reason why I'm sharing this is because this is the message I got this morning that the Creator wanted me to share with you. The message that the Creator wants me to share with you is that He, she, it wants to know you on a personal level. Our Creator wants you to become closer to the Creator personally. I asked that while I made this video, if I could be the mouthpiece for the Creator, and not just my words to come out. And that's what the Creator wants. The Creator wants a personal relationship with you. And the only way you're going to find that is to enjoy what you have right now. And yes, get outdoors. I'm always a big proponent for getting outdoors and really seeing and feeling nature, because the Creator exists in those tiny little things without any agenda. Nature does not have an agenda. So if you want to experience the pureness of the Creator, you experience nature, because there is no agenda in nature. There is no thought energy there that this is what has to happen, or this is where we want to take you. And in the Bible, and it says something about, if I clothe the lilies of the field and the butterflies, etc., wouldn't I do this for you and more? I'm not going to talk about religious things. I'm going to tell you about the spiritual side of things, and the feeling, the joyous, wondrous, loving, beautiful feeling that comes from knowing the Creator personally, from feeling that love and the connection that we have to the Creator and to each other. So, if you know anybody who is experiencing severe depression, if you are experiencing it, if you are lost and confused, ask for guidance from the Creator. Ask to know the Creator better on a personal level, and it will happen. Watch for those signs that lead you in a direction that you know will take you closer to the Creator. And if it's about manifesting something more materialistically, you are being led away from the Creator. Because the Creator isn't everything, including the material things. But when your focus becomes narrowed in to a materialistic item or object or monetary things, then you are being led away from the Creator. Because the Creator is not about losing focus on everything else that's going on around here outside of you. It's about what's going on inside of you, and it's our relationship with each other and with other living creatures and things. And the trees and the rocks and the flowers and the birds, etc., those are all alive. Those are all parts of the Creator, even if they're not moving. If it's an inanimate object like that, but it's not man-made, it is a part of the Creator. So, that's my message for today. It is about the high rate of suicide, and that the high rate of suicides is an indication that we have lost touch with our Creator and our spirituality, and that in order to lower the rates of suicide, we all need to help each other to become closer to the Creator. So if you see somebody who you think might be down on their luck, don't just offer them $1 or $2. Offer them your love. Tell them, God bless, or I love you. Connect with each other. Connect with each other and share the love that exists inside of you. And the more that you share that, the closer you'll become to the Creator. The more that you spend time appreciating the little things in life, the closer that you'll become to the Creator. You will start to open your own relationship with the Creator, and you won't need somebody else to tell you what that Creator wants, what our Creator wants. All right, I'm getting over emotional here. I love you all dearly. Please remember, it is not about monetary things. It is not about the material world. It is about our connection with each other and the Creator. And share that with whoever will listen, so that we can help each other. May you find many blessings in your life.